The story of the Chumash Indians is one of great resilience. Hundreds of years ago, Chumash tribes utilized resources from both land and sea along a 200-mile stretch of California coastline. The establishment of Spanish missions in the late 1700s began a tumultuous period where the Chumash population dropped from 22,000 to 2,800. Decades of struggle followed. But the survivors never relented. 7 years after opening its first gaming facility, the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians started construction on a state-of-the-art casino and resort designed to elegantly blend with the surrounding Santa Ynez Valley land their ancestors once occupied. The success of the Chumash Casino Resort has put tribal members on the path to economic self-sufficiency for current and future generations. Today, you'll hear stories from a 9,000-year history, rich with culture, with giving, and with pride. Stories of great achievement, of past and present adversity, of the fight to revive a culture pushed to the brink of extinction. Stories of Chumash Life. In this edition of Chumash Life, the proceeds from the tribe's 10th annual Chumash Charity Golf Classic bring vital funding to 4 important nonprofit organizations. The legacy of Native Americans' stewardship of land continues through the efforts of the Chumash Environmental Office. After a tumultuous 14-year process, 6.9 acres of land designated for a Chumash museum and cultural center has finally been placed into federal trust. But first, it's summer camp, Chumash style. See how young tribal members spend their summer learning about their heritage and strengthening the bond in their community.
Summertime means beaches, picnics, and lots of fun in the sun. And for the children of the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians, it also means Camp Kalawashak. This past summer, Camp Kalawashak, also known as Camp K, celebrated its 10th year as the place to be for tribal youth. For a decade, the camp has helped tribal children to learn about Chumash culture and has also provided recreational activities where they can just be kids at camp. Nearly 50 tribal kids participated in Camp Kalawashak this summer, with ages ranging from 6 to 13. In 2009, Nakia Zavala was hired as cultural director of the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians and was given the responsibility of running Camp Kalawashak.
Our main goal for Camp Kalawashak is teaching our children about our culture, which is inclusive of our language, our traditional boundaries of our ancestral people, our ceremonies. Our ceremonies are really important, and we really do talk about that an awful lot. We have 4 clans of Camp K. We have the Who's clan, the 6 and 7-year-olds, the Shock clan, the Almii, which is the Condor clan, and then our eldest clan, which is the 12 to 13-year-olds, is the Slow, which is the Eagle clan. We decided to do it in clans because it's very typical of how our people were made of, different clans, and then of course to separate them by age group.
The first Camp Kalawashak was held at the Sedgwick Reserve a decade ago, and it was an immediate hit. Each year since, Camp Kalawashak has expanded. New activities were added, and existing ones were enhanced, resulting in a camp that tribal children look forward to every summer.
I've been coming to Camp K since I was 6. I like to learn more about my culture and hang out with my friends and family.
And so this is worn on the head for guys like this.
At Camp Kalawashak, counselors are also known as adult mentors, and they take great pride in the work they do at the camp.
I love it because I get to really interact with the kids, and it's just fulfilling to see their faces. They're so happy, they have so much fun, and when they have a good day, it makes my whole day awesome.
Some mentors have been involved since they themselves were youngsters.
I first started when I was 14. It's been awesome working with the kids and learning more about my culture. And it's awesome having Nakia here and Tawny, her daughter. And we have Gina and Frank Dominguez who are also teaching us more about our culture and about our regalia. It's a big improvement from when I first started working here. It's more focused on our heritage. It's important to teach the younger children.
One of the most important aspects of Camp Kalawashak is the language program.
Do you know how to say blue jay in Somali? No. Chai. Chai. Oh.
Tribal children learning the tribe's native language, Somala.
We break up the language classes into different groups. We went from having 2 language teachers on staff, we added 2 more. Each class is age-based. For the younger kids, we'll teach more of animals, family names, simple words. And then for the older kids, we actually taught them phrases. The older kids really grasp onto general speaking.
In addition to the cultural aspects of Camp Kalawashak, kids also get to go on field trips that incorporate recreational activities.
We go swimming, we go to the YMCA and the gym.
We go horseback riding, and yesterday we went to the fair. Fridays are our family trips. Family gets to partake, so we go to the ravine, the beach, and then Disneyland is our final trip.
I think Camp K is very important with tribal life. It's the most time that the tribe has to work with our children in a very consistent basis and teach them a lot about who we are, a lot of traditional values in our traditional ways.
Perhaps one of the greatest testaments to Camp K's success is the desire of some tribal kids to return as counselors in the future.
I think I want to become a counselor because I just want to see the younger kids learn more about what I learned.
What's most gratifying for me is watching our youth interact together in a positive way. I really believe that we're creating that sense of community from a young age. We want to create good citizens of our tribal community as well as for the outside community, with a strong foundation of who they are as Somali Chumash people.
Camp K's success continues to grow, with a record of nearly 50 children attending this past summer. Through its 10-year history, the Chumash Charity Golf Classic has raised $1 million for local charities. This year, proceeds went to 4 nonprofit organizations that fulfill vital needs in the community.
When the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians hosted its first Chumash Charity Golf Classic tournament in 2004, it was successful beyond the tribe's imagination. Now, 10 years later, the Chumash Charity Golf Classic continues to be successful in both attracting participants and raising funds for local charities. The activities the tribe has organized every year make the tournament special: an opening reception, a silent auction to raise additional funds for the charities, and an award ceremony to celebrate the success of the golfers on the course that day.
The Chumash Golf Classic is really a day for a lot of friends, a lot of family, to get together and have fun. It's about raising funds for organizations within our community that provide services to members of our community that make a difference here.
At the 2014 Chumash Charity Golf Classic this past summer, the tribe raised more than $150,000 that will go to 4 nonprofit organizations: court-appointed special advocates, the Santa Barbara Wildlife Care Network, the Lompoc Valley YMCA, and the Boys and Girls Club of Santa Barbara. Each of these nonprofits is striving to fulfill a unique need in the community.
The Boys and Girls Club of Santa Barbara is happy to be celebrating its 76th anniversary this year. We have about 1,000 kids a year that belong to our club, so we have literally raised thousands and thousands of kids.
I've been coming here since I was about 4 years old. I played football, basketball, soccer, any sport that you can name. It's just a great place to be, you know, stay out of trouble.
We're keeping kids off the street. The kids need a place to go, a safe place with loving, caring adults.
The staff here are really great and they help us and they're always here for us.
We do homework every day. We have one-on-one math tutoring. We help them with their future. We help turn them on to things that they may never be exposed to and help give them a whole new direction in life.
The YMCA here provides a wide variety of programs for both youth and adults. It provides a lot of programs for our young folks, including summer camps and other activities, and they've just gone through a beautiful remodel, so it's a wonderful facility that we just rejuvenated.
We offer fitness opportunities for all ages, starting at 8 years and up. We offer a wide variety of group exercise classes. We offer about 50 classes a week. The Y is here to provide a wide variety of services, and we just want to be able to provide opportunities for everyone throughout the community.
The Santa Barbara Wildlife Care Network has been surveying the Santa Barbara community for 26 years. We rescue, rehabilitate, and release wildlife that's found by the public in need of care. We take in almost 3,000 animals per year.
They started with a group of volunteers. They soon realized the demand was such that they had to hire staff, and they have their own facility in the city of Goleta.
People in the community stop and take the time out of their day to help a little nestling baby bird that they find on the ground, or a little squirrel or chipmunk that they find in their driveway. And when they know that they can call us and that we can treat it and get it back into the wild, it's a huge relief for them.
CASA is an acronym for Court-Appointed Special Advocates for Children. CASA volunteers are sworn in and made officers of the court for the purpose of advocating on behalf of children who have been abused or neglected, really the children who are most vulnerable in our community.
My first child, his name was Edgar. Both he and I were new to the program, and I think we were a great match.
You're calling the teacher, you're calling the doctors, the therapists, getting an overall look of what this child's life is so that you can write a detailed report for the judge to let him know what's really going on in this child's life so he can make an informed decision about what should happen to this child.
Our goal is to make sure that no child is going through the most scary time in their life alone.
Since the first tournament a decade ago, the Chumash Charity Golf Classic has raised $1 million for local charities and has become one of the most popular tribal-sponsored tournaments on the calendar.
Each year, our event sells out. And throughout the year, we always receive feedback about how wonderful our event is. Anywhere from the El Pastor tacos that are on the golf course, to the shopping experience, to the hosted events. It's a fabulous event for great nonprofits.
We've been doing it for quite a while, and feedback is they're really appreciative of what we're doing for them, and especially the amount that we're able to give them as a donation. So it's a win-win for everybody, I believe.
This is just another good example of how important the tribe is to Santa Barbara County.
We're fortunate to have the foundation, not just for the nonprofits in the city of Lompoc, but for the entire Santa Barbara County area and beyond, because they have a wide reach and they have a big heart and they've made an awful lot of good things happen.
The Charity Golf Classic is just one of the many ways the Chumash give back to the community, contributing more than $18 million to date through their foundation. Caring for the land has forever been an important part of Chumash life. The Environmental Department of the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians continues that tradition by leading conservation efforts and bringing advanced environmental technologies to the reservation.
Caring for the environment certainly isn't a new concept for Native Americans. Known as the original stewards of the land, Native people have been caring for and nurturing Mother Earth for thousands of years. The Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians continues that legacy by making a significant effort in the environmental arena. At the tribe's Chumash Casino Resort, for example, a number of efforts are made to protect the environment. Extensive LED lighting and solar heat transfer tubes are being used in the hotel and casino. Approximately 60% of the casino's trash is recycled. They also use non-toxic, eco-friendly cleaning supplies and 100% recycled paper products. Another example is the Chumash Casino Resort's implementation of a shuttle bus program in 2009 that eliminated 800,000 car trips and replaced them with 66,000 bus trips. It's because of these types of environment-friendly moves that the Chumash Casino Resort has won Green Awards from the County of Santa Barbara and Southern California Edison. On the tribal government side, an environmental office was established in 1998, and tribal descendant Willie Wyatt, who had just graduated from UC Davis with an environmental degree, was named as the director. For many years, he ran a one-man environmental office, working primarily on solid waste reduction, recycling programs, and overseeing outside contractors to perform water quality studies. Although Willie has moved on and is now the tribal administrator, the environmental office continues to thrive.
We focus on everything from waste initiatives to water initiatives to energy initiatives and green jobs trainings. And there's not a lot of communities that have that kind of expanse in different environmental areas, and we're doing that all here. We have approximately 12 people in our office. One of the unique things about our office is people are able to do a lot of different things. It's really great to have that kind of breadth and diversity in your day. We focus a lot with our training programs, several of our tribal descendants, and I think it's very meaningful for not only if someone's interested in the environment, but also to be enacting programs on part of their tribal homeland.
Tribal descendant Julio Carrillo joined the environmental office as a trainee and has continued moving forward with increasingly responsible positions.
My main role is kind of the boots on the ground. I'm the one that's out there in the field. I've been overseeing a lot of our tribal youth trainees. They're now taking part in our Chumash Environmental Internship Program. It's a really structured program to make sure all our trainees get the most out of what the office can offer them. We start with goal setting. So we talk to each individual, see what their interests are, kind of what their goals are, whether they want to attend college, if they have any career goals. And after that, we work with each individual and make sure they go through the program and get to see every part of the environmental office.
One of the participants of the environmental internship program is tribal descendant Timothy Ochoa.
What attracted me was the energy and the solar panels, and then I accepted an intern position. And it's really grown on me because I'm Native, I'm Chumash, and all the work we do is for our community. It really is an extra source of joy and passion that you feel about the job, because you're not just working for somebody, you're working for your ancestors, for your elders.
Over the years, the Environmental Office has demonstrated sustainability in action.
We have solar panels on both the tribal hall and the tribal health clinic, and together those offset about 40 to 50% of the energy use in the buildings. The biofuel program is something that we've partnered with the Chumash Casino on. We collect waste vegetable oil from the casino restaurants. We then filter that waste vegetable oil and we sell that back to people who have retrofitted their vehicles to accept biofuel. That's a really unique program in that we can take something that's considered a waste product and give it a new life.
Solar panels, biofuels, drought-tolerant plants, creek restoration projects, training for tribal members. It all adds up to the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians being a leader in the environmental movement in Santa Barbara County.
Working at the res and just working around here, coming up, meeting a lot of different people, working on different projects has really given me a boost, I guess you could say, to the direction I really want to be pointed in. Because this is the most prideful work I've ever done.
For me, it's a real honor to take care of the land that my ancestors grew up on. You know, we don't have a lot of it, so when I'm here taking care of what we do have, I feel really connected to the land that we grew up on and to our ancestors.
Learn more about the Chumash Environmental Department at www.syceo.org. The tribe has much to celebrate now that its 6.9-acre parcel of land has been placed into federal trust, paving the way for the museum and cultural center the tribe has been planning for 14 years.
There's no question that the topic of placing land into federal trust is complex. The subject has been the center of much discussion in Santa Barbara County, where the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians has tried to get some of its ancestral land returned back to the jurisdiction of the tribe.
Over the years, millions of acres of land have been taken from Native American tribes across the United States. Placing land back into trust is simply giving tribes back the land that was taken from them. It's very simple. It's restoring ancestral land.
The tribe has waited for 14 years for one parcel in particular to get placed into federal trust, and now the waiting is over. After a 9-year process of remands, dismissals, and appeals from local anti-tribal groups hoping to block the Bureau of Indian Affairs' decision, 6.9 acres of the tribe's land is finally in federal trust. Chairman Armenta made the announcement at a press conference.
After several appeals, on June 3, 2014, the IBIA ruled that the local groups not only had no standing to appeal this process, but had no merits to appeal this process, and brought this 6.9 acres into trust for the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians.
The long journey of getting the land placed into trust began on November 8, 2000, when the tribe filed a federal trust application with the Bureau of Indian Affairs for 6.9 acres across the street from the tribe's existing reservation. It is on this land where the tribe would like to build a Chumash museum and cultural center. In 2005, the BIA approved the tribe's federal trust application. But a month later, local anti-tribal groups filed an administrative appeal of the BIA's decision, and the case went to the Interior Board of Indian Appeals. 5 years later, in June of 2012, the IBIA ruled in the tribe's favor, and the BIA once again approved the tribe's application to place the 6.9 acres into federal trust. This time around, the anti-tribal groups rallied the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors and asked them to join their appeal of the IBIA's decision. In a 3-2 vote, the Board of Supervisors declined to participate, but the tribal opponents continued to move forward with their appeal. Shortly after the IBIA issued a decision to dismiss the second appeal by the local anti-tribal groups, the 6.9-acre parcel of land was deeded to the United States and accepted into federal trust. That was on June 17, 2014.
The most important part about this process is the Bureau of Indian Affairs now understands and has said that our opponents' appeals not only have no standing, but they have no merit.
After years of waiting for the tribe's 6.9 acres to be placed into federal trust, Chairman Armenta offers advice to other tribes that may be going through the same process.
I guess the lesson is to be patient. The Bureau of Indian Affairs is there to help tribes. It could be a long process, but in the end, if they go through the process, they will prevail.
Now that the tribe's 6.9 acres is in federal trust under the jurisdiction of the tribal government, the tribe can finally begin building its museum and cultural center.
Because we are sovereign and we're going to be able to build our museum, our cultural center, and be able to share it with the public. I'm extremely happy about that because we do have a fantastic collection.
Since we started the trust process, at the same time we started buying back artifacts that were specific to our tribe and especially this area. We've done that over the last 13 years. We have one of the largest collections of baskets for Chumash in the world.
The intricately designed baskets in the tribe's collection demonstrate the expert weaving techniques of the Chumash, techniques that were passed down from one generation to the next. The baskets, along with the growing collection of artifacts the tribe has assembled, will showcase the artful beauty of the Chumash people. The hundreds of items collected thus far sit safely in a climate-controlled room awaiting their debut in the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians Cultural Center and Museum.
We're happy that the 6.9 acres finally went into trust. Now we can fulfill our dreams of building a museum and a cultural park to tell the story of our people.
Learn more about the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians' next Land into Trust Challenge at www.chumashfacts.com. Thank you for watching this fall 2014 edition of Chumash Life. See past segments at youtube.com/Chumash Life or Cox On Demand, Channel 1892 in Santa Barbara County.